Welcome into the Dice Dragons Guild. In this hall, we unite under one banner. Live by the die.
Die by the die.
Ooh.
Ah.
All right.
Wow. Get the tree.
I am Izzi, your lore master. And with me today, I have...
Hello, hi, I'm Julie. I play Kethra Evermoon, a Circle of the Moon Druid, and I rolled an 18.
Nice.
All right, okay.
I will take that. And
I'm Amanda. I play Iolite. She's an Earth Genasi Circle of Stars Druid, and I rolled a 9.
A 9. All right. You're still in the double digits with your modifier there.
I am Cuba. I play Ayla Myrea. She is a tiefling glamour bard, and I rolled a 19.
Nice.
Okay. So that's a 20.
I'm using my big chunky one. I'm getting pretty good
Oh, is that the
rolls
new
with it.
one?
No, I've had it for a long time. I just lost it.
Oh, the one that you just found.
Adam, I play Eldon Starkhaven. He is a human ranger Drake Warden, and I rolled a 12.
All right. That's still 17.
Did I actually get it all out?
You got it all in one
I was
go.
like, fuck.
We should put a cue card right above.
You gotta just
We're
say
doing
it the
good.
same exact way every time.
Yeah.
That would
Don't mix
require
it up.
thought, and I never think.
Ooh, it just becomes automatic.
we'll just write him a script next week.
Hi, I'm Patrick. I play Malachi Morningstar. He's a Dampier Hexblade Warlock, and I rolled a 15.
All right. We got double digits across the board, except for me.
What's
We-
the order?
It is Ayla, Kethra. Oh, we got a tie of Eldon and Malachi Morningstar.
Does it go by dex, or do we roll it?
You can roll these if you
You
want.
want to do rollies? Let's go.
Rollies.
Oh, shit. 7.
11.
Okay. We got Malachi Morningstar going first, and then Eldon, and then Iolite bringing up the rear. We have... Let's see.
I didn't say anything. I choked that one back, thanks.
You can follow us on Patreon and on YouTube to continue watching our story. On Patreon, I do try to get our podcast version out early before the Spotify version comes out on Mondays, so you can check that out. We do have our recaps using scribequill.com. That's SCRYBE quill.com. Really, really great. You just take your audio, you throw it into their generator. It creates a transcript, a synopsis, an audio recap, a video recap, and then it does note taking for you, which you can then edit and then save it as a text file if you'd like. It's they've updated a lot, and I think it's great. Let's see, merch. You can go to tinyurl.com/DDG merch to check out our designs. We've got one over there. That's it.
Oh, don't show that.
Oh, a
one.
couple
where it
here on the
is.
table. If you are part of the D&D New England Facebook group, you can also find the merch for that group as well. And we have cups and hats and all kinds of fun stuff.
And it's Pride Month, and we will, as of tomorrow, have up some Pride design merches. Merches is not a word. Going up.
Merchandise.
Yes, so it's like merch. What's the plural of merch? Merches.
I think merch is plural,
Merch is
like
plural.
deer.
Merchandise.
So that will be going up June 2nd, tomorrow, Monday. So this probably won't air till later in the week.
Yes. Music, as always, thank you to Monument Studios for Fantasy Plus, which you can check out. They have another version coming out. I think it is horror themed. Michael Gelfi Studios, Alexander Miller, aka the Boy King of Idaho, and Kevin MacLeod via Incompetech. Thank you to all those creators who let us use their music for royalty free, as long as we mention that they're letting us use their music. So thank you so much for our ambiance and background. And then cons and events. I don't have any updates on cons or events, although I'm sure there are a bunch happening. I just did not write them down. But we are doing, if you're in the New England area or the South Coast area specifically of Massachusetts, Thursdays we're doing Women and Femme only here in the tavern. We're gathering a really great group of people, and we are going to be playing Alice is Missing on Thursday, and I am going to try to record it. So maybe content will be coming from that. So
Very, very jealous. I've wanted to play that again since we played
I know.
it a few years ago.
well, we can play it again. I'll just
It doesn't hit the same, and you know it.
well,
Well,
I might need a
yet.
minute.
I haven't played it yet either.
I might need a minute to recover, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe it won't be so
Are you
bad.
playing it?
Maybe I'll survive.
No.
Oh.
I want to. I haven't.
All right, that's all I've got. So, without further ado,
Like, share, subscribe.
the music of the gala glides effortlessly through the vast marble hall. Soft strings dancing with the crackle of enchanted light above. Laughter curls through the air like smoke, winding its way between tapestries and crystal goblets. Gilded tongues speak in hushed politicking, veiled pleasantries. Beneath it all is something heavier, something quieter. Theratrix stands near the far balcony, still as obsidian, wings folded neatly against his scaled frame. He watches. He listens. And for the first time in his very short life, he is alone. Not physically, no. The space is crowded with dragonborn, diplomats, generals, and legends. But spiritually, emotionally, the tether that once held him to Eldon has been severed. Not with malice, not with violence, simply dissolved, as if it was never meant to be permanent. He never expected this, never imagined separation. While Eldon had spent most of his human life yearning for connection, for the spark of that ancient bond that would make him whole, Theratrix was born whole because of it. His first breath was shared. His first emotion was not his own. And now, there is a silence in his chest that does not echo. He watches Eldon from across the chamber, watches his brother place a well-timed laugh, already putting Kai's lessons to good use. Shoulders fighting to relax, smile wide, surrounded by allies and strangers alike. He looks radiant, fulfilled, albeit uncomfortable, alive. Theratrix cannot feel it. Not anymore. He had not realized until that moment how much of his self had been built in the space between them, between his thoughts and Eldon's feelings. How much of his sense of self had grown curled around that bond like ivy on stone. And now that stone is gone. He is happy for him, truly. This is what Eldon deserves. His own thoughts, his own triumphs, his own heart. But the absence of that shared feeling, it is disorienting. He had thought himself real before. Now he realizes his understanding of self had been shaped entirely through proximity, through reflection, through resonance. Is this what solitude truly feels like? He thinks. To exist beside someone, but never within them. The golden mantle sits proud around his neck, cool and polished, beautiful and flawless. He admires it, and not just for its craftsmanship. He admires how it had made him feel when it was bestowed. Whole, seen, something apart from Eldon, not just a bondmate, but a being of his own. And yet, as he turns his gaze back to the marble floors and opaline banisters of the hall, he feels it again. That ache. Not in the belly. That he had indulged earlier in the evening with great pleasure, delighting in the subtle sting of spiced duck and the novelty of caramelized fruit. No, this hunger was older, quieter. It lives in his chest, where the bond used to live. It is the ache of a song cut short, the pause after a breath before the next note begins. He is truly a dragon now, and all that comes with that will undoubtedly unfold in time. He watches the other guests, the brood masters with their subtle games, the yuan ti whispering along the edges, the nobles with their unreadable stares. Let them maneuver. Let them posture. He is glad to be free of it. He was born of the mountain's molten breath. He was not made for politics. And yet, he looks again to Eldon and feels a quiet dread coiling beneath his pride. He thinks of Pyrathorin and Zuruk, their century-spanning bond, the rhythm they must know by now. And there is a truth Theratrix cannot outrun. He will outlive his brother. Eldon will gray, and Theratrix will grow. He feels something cold then, in the cracks between his scales. He pushes the thought away. Then, the chime rings out. A thunderous peal rings out through the chamber, echoing across stone and silk. The great timepiece above the eastern wall strikes midnight, and the hall erupts in cheers. Cheers! To the gods above and those newly risen. Glasses clink, magic sparks and champagne bubbles. Joy rolls through the room like a tide. Across the room, laughter rises as Ayla leans in to tease Kai, who tries not to smile. Iolite stands beside Desdear, her hand releasing his as she rejoins her friends. Kethra watches with curious eyes, her feline companion nestled near her feet. And there, at the center of it all, is Eldon. Theratrix lets himself memorize the shape of his brother's smile, etched in firelight and reflected in the eyes of those who love him. Theratrix, in turn, smiles softly. It doesn't reach his eyes, but it's real enough. He closes his eyes just for a moment. I will stay, he whispers to no one at all, until the last ember fades. And then, as the cheers rise and the music swells once more, the spirit, become dragon, opens his eyes and watches the night unfold, still, silent, and deeply changed. And we rejoin you all.
I picture Theratrix, that whole scene. I know he doesn't have arms, but he's got a smoke. He's just out on the balcony, just in deep thought.
We rejoin you in the gala. Eldon surrounded by friends and strangers. Iolite just rejoined. Kethra, who had for a moment allowed herself some peace because the DM said so.
Nice.
She wasn't here to say no. Having just broken free, we'll say, of that moment where just swaying in Kai's arms, eyes closed, you kind of let yourself be safe, surrounded by strangers, in a space you never would have ever imagined being, and wearing clothing that, while uncomfortable, made you feel like a different person for a moment when you saw yourself passing by mirrors on the walls or reflections in pools in fountains here. And it was interesting to letting yourself be in that moment and hearing Kai's faint heartbeat and like feeling his chest rise and fall, which you know is something that he practiced to do. He does in mixed company, but isn't necessary. But that heart does still beat, as faint as it is. And as you sit there looking at everyone around, the broodmasters have scattered a bit, giving you all a little bit of time to come together and be the Woven Fates plus Desdear.
How many more obligations have I signed him up to without his knowledge? How many endorsement deals have I signed?
Like a NASCAR
Yeah.
before he leaves.
You must wear this hat on Tuesdays.
Selling coasters with my face on it. All sorts of stuff. bobbleheads.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store in the Citadel.
So, we can continue with the gala, or we can move on from it. I am neutral.
Somebody had some idea. Was it you? You wanted to. Somebody wanted to start at the gala because there's something that they wanted.
Jesus.
Eldon's gonna peel off for a moment and talk to you three separately.
Okay.
We talked about that before.
Yep.
Land or something. And then he'll come back.
Okay.
Whew. It has been a while since I have done one of these events. You forget how hot it gets in here. Whew. She's not. No, she's not wearing a collar. I don't know why she's.
Not wearing a bra either.
Her tail has a fan.
Yeah, I was gonna say like she needs a one of those.
This is some party, huh?
Well, they know how to throw them here. Not too bad.
How's everyone doing?
How is the voice doing?
This is for you, after all.
You're the star of this party. We're your entourage.
That's why I'm asking about everyone else.
Smile, smile. People are still looking.
So, I don't know why everyone's looking at me as he's wearing all this bedecked stuff.
Because you're like asking like one of those like everyone good? Can we leave now?
Yeah, Desdare will lean in and just be like, so how long you think you gotta hang out at this? Not that, I mean, free food's always great.
I can probably leave whenever I want.
I do not think so because
matters-
you are the star attraction here. All eyes will be on you until
You're only
it is
saying
over
that
and
because you
over.
probably have money on this or something. You have an angle. I know you do.
Yes.
You don't get
and
paid if I
no.
leave early, do you?
I do not. I do not. I made no gambles of any sort. I've set you up for success in the future.
A 10% manager's fee.
There's something.
Yeah, the 10% manager's fee.
It's more like 20, but
Hey, good bargain.
It is customary for the guest of honor to stay until people start leaving and then make a show of it.
I could make people leave if you want. Work a little weave.
No, it's probably... Kai's probably right. It's best to do it the right way.
Oh, I'm just saying.
That doesn't mean that you all have to stay. You're all...
Why would I leave this?
Yeah, it's free drinks.
I keep forgetting Izzi's right there. I was like, who are you? Okay, well, stay as long as you like, I suppose.
It's going to be a while before we probably have accommodations like this once we head out to the meadows.
Okay, well, live it up, I suppose.
You should too.
Okay. I can't wait to get out of this thing.
Perhaps a musical request. We could ask them to play something that you like. You can lead a dance.
I will do no such thing.
No, there is no customary dance of the keepers.
No.
Make one up.
He's wearing, like, what I imagine to be, like, 20 pounds of extra spike
Multiple
and
layers.
gear and gold platform boots. This is a really, like, crazy, like, in my mind, I imagine that's something Prince would wear. You know what I mean? So I started.
I was thinking disco stew when you said the platform boots with the dead
I
fish
just
inside.
had a vision of Adam in go-go boots. For some reason. I was like, ugh, sorry.
Immediately broken ankles.
We'll put you in a little cage. You'll be all right. We'll keep you upright.
God damn, Julie.
Hey, we're not getting kinky like that. They have that little cage you hang on to when you dance in
You
the
just pull
cages.
me in heels and then throw a cage around me. What the
Cage
fuck?
is for your safety. You can't fall out and you can hang on. You'll be all right.
You gotta have the binky too.
So now it's a wraith.
Now it's a rave. Yeah, I was gonna say, now it's a rave.
It's a cage. You
party
got your
took a-
cage. You gotta have a binky.
This party took an odd turn.
So Desdeer leans in. He has grabbed another drink from somebody who walked by, and he says, "You know, if you really want to go, you could probably make a big show of it. Like ride Theratrix out of here. They can't stop you."
They can't stop me, but it probably.
Right out the balcony as if you're answering an emergency. It will add clout. It shows that you are a man of action.
And mystery.
Maybe we can get a really bright light and project something into the sky with the shape of a dragon. We'll call it the dragon signal.
I mean, between the two of us, thaumaturgy and prestidigitation, I think we could conjure something.
I hate every bit of this.
It is settled.
Stay, dance, eat, drink, whatever it is you want to do.
10 minutes. Drink and gather whatever food you want. There will be a signal out in the clouds. That will be your chance to jump on Theratrix and right out the balcony.
Desi, you're good at making things in the sky light up. You could help.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm better if somebody helps me too. I mean, pretty lights are pretty, but there's a lot of pretty lights around here. But Ayla, we could team up.
It'll be done.
And then what? We just
Kethra,
like
help me
run
here.
after, like run out the door, or?
Oh, no. We stroll out casually and calm.
Oh, all right, okay.
I can get you out of here. She's like,
I didn't want to.
they're turning this in. They're gonna turn this into the Great Escape. If you just want to, we can do that.
Eldon's gonna close his eyes and, with the biggest of sighs, just turn and walk away and go talk to Theratrix. He's like, I am not
I think he's having more fun than he wants to admit.
I am not gonna be that dramatic.
Eldon goes over to where Theratrix is. People have like come over and chatted with him here and there, but at the moment he's just kind of sitting off on his own near that balcony as he sees you approach.
Having fun?
Fun is a strong term, but it's definitely interesting. Are you having fun?
It's complicated. It's different having people treat you this way. It's kind of nice, but also I don't do well as the center of attention. You know.
Yeah. You might have to learn how to do well. You seem to be doing okay.
Kai was helping me a bit. Gave me some pointers. So
Your shoulders look tense.
it's this 20 pounds of extra stuff they put on me and the immeasurable weight of duty and responsibility.
You should wake up early and do stretches in the morning.
Maybe in the morning or soon we can take a flight.
Yeah,
It'd be nice.
anytime.
He's gonna, as they're going, somebody's gonna walk by with like a platter. He's literally just gonna pick up the whole spiced rabbit and just like toss it. That's something, like they used to. I think the last time I actually even described it was when they were on the beach village.
Yeah,
He would
yeah.
like toss food to him. So he just, a whole spiced rabbit.
Theratrix is like his neck reaches out, grabs onto it, like little potatoes and stuff fall to the side, but and then he dips his head and eats it. In between bites, he says, "What are the next plans?"
Maury and Asterim's End. They want to head up to the meadows to find what they believe is another shard for Iolite. So I think that's where we go next. If will you come with us?
Of course. Of course. No question. Always.
I never got a chance with everything that's been happening to ask how you feel. How's it being real?
It is disorienting. I don't know that I've had time to sit with it truly. Though I have been conversing with Pyrothorin.
You can still talk to him from here?
Yes.
Wow, I wish I could do that with Zorak. That's awesome. That's really cool.
We have discussed preliminary feelings, I suppose. As he had much more time on this plane with Zurich than I did. He's much larger, much more wise. In the past, we could only speak when I was in between planes. Now we typically converse in the evenings.
I'm glad. That's really good. As hard as it's been for us, I can only imagine it's been 100-fold for them since they've been together for so long.
I think that Zurich will take it harder over time than Pyrothorin will. We are dragons now. I'm not sure what that means exactly, but I believe we will both learn quite quickly.
Well, all the stories and legends talk about dragons having their own hordes, so he's gonna reach up and knock on his chest on that mantle. Bong, bong, bong. Looks like you've got yours started.
He looks down at it. It is a good first piece.
You look very handsome.
As do you.
I think yours suits you more than this suits me.
I agree.
Little dragon humor. Well, the others have this idea of this grand escape of us getting the heck out of here. What do you think?
He finishes the rabbit and then turns to look out the balcony. The view is that of the city, really. Kind of looking out towards the ocean, but it's far and it's dark. So really you see the glittering lights and can tell that the docks are off that way, and then it just disappears into black, as you would not be able to see beyond. And then he looks back to you. Do you want to leave?
Let's get out of here.
Come. He just ducks down a little bit.
He's doing it because he wants to. I told him to.
Ayla and Desi are up on an upper balcony. She misty step up and helps him climb. I don't know. I don't think he can misty step, but and then they're up there conjuring fucking jubilee fireworks into the dragon shaped into the sky.
Nice.
He ducks down as you get on the back of his neck and between. It's kind of an awkward because he's still small in comparison to Pyrothorin, where there's plenty of room. And then he just, as you turn around and see this glittering lights, people turn to look at them a little bit confused. You see
Ayla's
some
gonna
of
go, what is that?
a few people are like, you hear some gasps and like somebody screams off in the corner as there's these lights, and then
Babies!
some people whisper and like look over and look at you. The Zorash family who are throwing this gala, like one of them kind of narrows their eyes to look at you as this is
We're outside. We can't see us. We're hidden.
Okay, they look in the direction of the thing, and then they're like whispering to each other as this is an unsanctioned display for their gala.
For that.
This was not part of the festivities that were planned for the evening. And as everyone turns, I almost called him Pyrothorn. Theratrix turns and just swoops off into the darkness, and you have your evening or night. It is night now. Just flying over the city. You can see that the Adar, they would be well aware of anything that's flying through the skies of their city, but they see you and they know that it's Theratrix. There's a couple of like, hey, and then knowing that it's you, seeing the glint of the gold mantle on Theratrix's neck. He just kind of like takes you on a little, I won't call it a joyride because it's not. It's more of just a
I can show you
calm glide through the city and above. Not near the castle,
Right.
but in areas where it would be acceptable, and then kind of over the water as well. Just silent wind whipping through your hair and losing a couple pieces of the outfit. some feet sequins.
Oh, you're gonna be fined. You gotta return that dry cleaned.
We're leaving tomorrow, so
All right. The party dies down naturally, and you all are able to leave as soon as whenever you'd like.
He broke the seal. The guests start to leave.
you say you guys can stay.
Now we walk out like, oh, we must, apologies, we must be going. And we're taking the important business.
We must
that
retire.
attend to.
It's always best to leave when there's still an audience.
Desdare grabs another drink, a really like sparkly, glittery one this time.
I can see him with like a pillowcase, and he's just putting the stuff in the buffet
He's got
into
food
it.
in one hand, like
He's the guy who
finger
takes the
foods.
rolls and the butter
Yeah.
packets and he puts them in his
There's no rolls in there. Nick's already put them all in my bag. There's no rolls left.
stealing butter
the butter
packets, silverware, just whatever.
Kevin's gonna find the bar, grab a bottle, and leave. As she's leaving.
And then you, as it dies down, you head out into the city.
So Eldon's going to get back before everybody else, I'm assuming. The way dragons fly. And he's going to like start taking off all this stuff. And then he's going to put on his nicer clothes. Including the little vest that he just got. And he will just wait for everybody to come back.
Okay.
He'll like wait in the downstairs, I'm assuming they have like a
foyer. Yeah.
Yeah.
The lobby. You all arrive in the lobby of the Frothing Keg Inn, and Eldon is standing there, newly dressed again.
Could not wait to get out of those.
We're like one of those just like out of, like after like a wedding or something. Like the heels are thrown over the shoes, the ties like loosened up, and like the collar's open.
Desidere's handed somebody a
Butter
a
packet.
fish stick, and Desidere's like, "Oh shit, you're dressed again.
More comfortable clothes this time.
That's comfortable. All right, cheers."
It's more
Takes another sip.
of the fish stick.
No, he still has a drink.
He hollows. It's just a fish stick batter, and he's pouring the melted butter in.
Fish stick in one hand, glass of champagne in the
I thought you were gonna say he had the hollowed out fish stick, and he was using it as a straw. That is a Desi thing to do.
Here, take a sip, Iolite. Take a sip.
I don't know.
So I was leaving.
Pretty uneventful.
It will be remembered.
Good.
They'll tell stories of the gala they went to with the voice of the world dragon.
I'm glad everyone enjoyed it. I'm glad we had a good time. The plan for tomorrow. Do we have an idea? Think we leave?
Is Maury like still awake in this lobby, or?
Nobody. So you're just like, we'll say you move from the lobby into the tavern area. And it's pretty quiet. It's night, like the end of the night, we'll say, rolling into the morning a little bit. You don't see Asterim's end. So whatever they've done, it's not this.
I assume when we see him in the morning or afternoon or whatever, we will ask when we leave.
I think he's on your schedule. Whenever you're ready.
Well, as everyone starts like breaking up and going to whatever their rooms, Eldon's gonna try to talk to the Iolite. Hey, when do you want to go for a walk with me? I know you're wearing all that, but if you wanted to change.
Sure.
Desdare will be like looking back and forth at the two of you. Take another sip of his flute that he stole.
It's like the never-ending champagne.
He's been sipping it.
I like
a
that.
gentleman.
It's a very subtle magic. It is never ending.
Just refills it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't realized
That's
it.
probably like a homebrew item, like the refilling champagne flute.
I like that.
Well. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Desi. She'll hug him.
He gives her a hug. He kisses the top of her forehead, as he always does.
Ayla already halfway that way. Just goes, good night and good fun.
To Desi.
Yeah.
As you two head out the door, Desi stops. Kethra, like the rest of you, kind of heading, or are you going to your rooms, or are you going to hang out in the tavern?
Say-
Oh, she was already on
Oh,
the
yeah.
He's
way.
gonna change
Okay.
real quick.
All right. So as you head through to go change, Desi just good nights everybody, and then heads into. He like knocks gently on the room that he's staying in with Fernilli, and then walks in, closes the door.
Does Ayla see that?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Did you not see the faith?
It seems as though everyone else is busy.
Why? What do you want?
Just wanted to see if maybe you'd like to go for a walk.
Is this a walk or a walk? What is it? Oh, I'm a little drunk, so I just need to know.
It can be whatever you want it to be.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Just gonna go out under the stars. So, I'm assuming tonight was your first gala?
No, we had him all the time in Squall's End. Yes, dumbass. Yes.
I was being facetious.
No shit, Mr. Royal over there. What is this, like your 500th one you've been to?
Probably something like that, but
Yeah. Did you see how Eldon looks so much? He looked more comfortable when he was getting shot at.
it was
Poor
the
dude.
first gala that I was allowed to enter the front.
Oh,
With
yeah,
the
you always
guests
had to come in
of
the
honor.
back, huh?
Yes.
Sorry, my mind went in the gutter. Sorry. I'm back. All right, sorry.
Did you enjoy yourself tonight?
I did once it kind of stopped scaring the shit out of me, to be honest. It was really kind of unnerving in the beginning, but I like dancing with you. That was fun.
I enjoyed that as well.
Good.
We'll have to make sure that that wasn't the last time.
And I kind of appreciate you letting me stand on your feet because I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
When I first learned to dance, I was told, even when you're dancing as with everyone watching you, you should always dance as though no one is. And it's quite easy with you.
Thanks.
You know, technically I don't remember our first date.
Technically, it's a little fuzzy for me, too.
So, at least I can tell people our first date I took you to a gala.
Yeah, you can. Are they always that loud, though?
Usually. Usually, though, I'm used to more people trying to steal the spotlight, but when the guest of honor has a dragon, I guess it's kind of hard to be the center of attention.
Yeah. Kind of hard to be the center of attention when you have a damn dragon in the middle of it. I did kind of enjoy just falling into the back, though. That was kind of fun. And just observing everything.
It was nice not being the center of attention.
I can see that. I can see for you being the center of attention isn't exactly a positive.
Not always good attention, no.
I wouldn't know. So.
But perhaps we can ask the broodmaster if you can keep the dress. For the next gala, of course.
The night of the gala, as Kai and Kethra go one way, Eldon and Iolite go another into the evening streets of the city. The folks around the city never really sleeps. It is large enough. So you hear the dogs barking and peepers peeping.
We'd be heading towards
And the
the
leaves blowing.
promenade area. Was it?
And the leaves blowing.
Headed towards the fancy promenade area where Kai and Eldon were the previous day or that day. Can't remember.
Kind of glitter.
It's been a long day.
The glitter bank, yeah.
Glitter
Yeah, oh yeah,
bank.
that was just all the
It
same
was all the
day,
same
yeah.
day.
Yeah, earlier that day.
She will have changed into like her plain clothes. She's still got like her hair nice, but
Her jammies.
So did you have fun?
I did. I feel a little underdressed for this walk, though. You're all fancy still, just different fancy.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to it. It's not really my thing, but Kai thinks that I should get used to it, or at least have it in my arsenal, as it were.
Did you have fun?
Fun isn't the right word, I don't think. Weirdly, it felt like work. I heard something. I just don't know what the hell it was.
I don't know what it was either.
Felt almost more like work.
Well, you're important now, yes. It's kind of your job.
I'm not. Despite what they're saying, this whole voice business, it's just me. I don't know what any of that means yet. So I'd just rather be important to the people that matter. So, but yeah, I'm glad that you had fun and that it all worked out. As we are walking around the corner, we'll see. There's going to be 3 people with instruments, and they'll be like off to the side. They'll be like strung up little lights, kind of like the ones that we have here, except ye old medieval.
Fireflies and
glow
jars.
orbs.
Yeah, fireflies in jars. I like.
Suspended in magic levitation.
I like that because it helped me world build. I don't have that imagination. And as we around the corner, they'll start playing. It'll be like a soft something with strings, fancy but not gala fancy. Well, we didn't get a chance because I was busy. And I know that over these past months that Kai has been teaching you how to dance, and I don't really know how. So since we didn't get to dance at the gala, I was hoping that maybe we could here.
Oh. Did you set all this up?
Yeah.
Not bad. Sure.
He'll put his hand out for her.
She'll take it. She's not exactly like an amazing dancer either, so she just kind of is like trying to remember what Kai showed her and is like, okay, Kai did this, so do this.
Compared to Eldon, whatever she can do is going to be far superior.
You should probably ask Kai for some real lessons, since this is probably going to be like a regular part of your life now that you're the voice of the world dragon.
I think I like this a little better
Yeah?
than dancing with him.
Well, he's more of a pro, though.
Yeah, but that's not what's important, really. I just wanted to dance with you.
How are you liking it?
I'm loving it. Skip for that cat.
Just alley cats
Nick's
fighting.
this time, guys. Sorry.
These are the horniest cats.
It's a city of cats.
I was gonna say that wasn't Nick's this time. Sorry, guys.
Simba.
So there'll be a little basket with ice and wine and a couple glasses, like really fancy, like crystal flute type glasses.
The voice set this all up while we were at like the gala.
This isn't the time after he flew out the balcony before we got home. He set all this up.
He
Saw the dragon. You down there at the bakery.
He did go aside. It was very quick, but he gave Euthris that little list thing. So
A nighttime picnic of sorts.
something. I don't know. He's just trying to get her alone, I suppose. They haven't really had a lot of time, so we'll be heading up into the meadow soon and looking for that other shard.
Yeah.
You excited?
I don't know if excited is the right word, but I'm ready. It feels like it's waiting for me, and I don't know if I'm quite ready, but it's calling me, I guess. If that makes sense.
It does. You feel it pulling you towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you sad to leave here?
No, it's not like Rilska's my home or anything. I've been here a few times. And it's nice, but I think I'll be happier to be on the road where I'm just Eldon.
You won't be sad we can't have galas in the Meadows.
Does that really seem like my scene?
I don't know. Like I said, you're really important now.
You keep saying that. I'm not. I'm just me.
I know. Just giving you a hard time.
Well, don't. I get enough from everybody else. You guys are a good teacher, as you know. As I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I actually step on her foot.
Ow.
I'm not looking forward to any other voice type business. But as long as you want, I'll be beside you with your shards. Whatever you need.
Thanks. I just hope it goes okay. I'm sure it will, and we'll all get through it and be on to the next adventure. Right? More will be happy, and we'll all be happy.
Yeah. Oh. You're the one I'm most concerned about with being happy. But I think it's all gonna be fine. You'll get your shard, you'll get stronger. How many more are there? After this one?
I have 2, and Mori has 2. And then there's 1 more. Aren't there 6? I think.
Yes. The fate of the world depends on 6.
Yeah. So then there's another one somewhere.
And then it'll be on to the next one. After that.
Yeah, I wonder if Mori has any idea about that one.
You can ask him tomorrow.
Yeah. How are you feeling about being back with Asterim Zen?
It's great. It's nice to see friendly faces again. It must be nice for you too to see Desdeer and all that. The dance got real stiff. Like it was like fluid. Now it's like real.
Maybe we should have a drink.
Sure. He's going to do his best to nicely pour.
Roll for it. Roll performance.
Nat 2, the expensive stuff is on the floor. Looks like we're drinking from the bottle.
How do you feel about Desi?
He's a nice enough guy. He's very likable.
He is. He's very likable.
Yes. I'd ask you how you feel about Desi, but he's one of your, or is your best friend.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm assuming that answers the question.
Yes. I love Desi very much.
I know.
Were you, like, worried about him before? Like, you wouldn't have, like, tried to make him jealous, right?
Jealous?
I don't know.
I mean, maybe, but nothing. I would never hurt him or put him in danger or anything of the such like that. I believe I told you that on the boat.
Oh, I don't think you would ever hurt him and put him in danger, but maybe, like, lead him to believe something happened between us that didn't?
Like what?
Did you tell him that we kissed?
No, I didn't even tell Kai. God damn, son.
That's what you see in the shadows from distance away.
That was a Matt Mercer look.
His superhuman hearing is
Yeah.
picking this all up and just...
Choose your words.
No, I didn't tell him that. I haven't even told Kai that. It's what happened on the side of that mountain was for you and me.
So before we ever kissed, you never told Desi that you don't kiss and tell? And that we had kissed, but you weren't going to talk about it?
For some reason, his vest lights up.
I
Flowing
wish
really fast.
I wish that soundboard worked, because that was perfect place for like a record
Yeah.
scratch. Like,
You're gonna take a drink.
A cool deep sweat goes down Eldon's brow.
I bet you're thinking, how did I get into this situation?
I didn't tell him that we kissed. No. I wouldn't do that.
So you're saying he's lying?
I'm saying that he misunderstood what I was saying
About kissing and telling?
about not kissing and telling.
You're sure?
Have I lied to you? I promised you on that ship on the way here that I would not lie to you, that I wouldn't hurt you. I told him, thinking back, I told him that gentlemen don't kiss and tell. And obviously that's a phrase. I think I was more using it to tell him that what happened between you and me the night before wasn't his business. It wasn't. Why are you looking at me like that?
Like what?
When we walked and we talked, it was just a moment for us.
Well, you may have said it in a way that was a little misleading, I guess. But if that wasn't what you meant, then that wasn't what you meant, I guess.
It wasn't, but I'm confused to why. Why would it matter? Not that I would lie about you in that way. That's not what I mean. I mean, why would it have mattered in the sense of what's the point? What's the fallout from it? Is his feelings hurt? Is he upset? Is he mad at
No.
you? Mad at me?
Oh, he's not mad at all. I was just a little wary of if you had said something happened between us that hadn't.
No. I might have used a phrase that wasn't, in hindsight, great. But I could have just told him to fuck off. mind his own goddamn business.
And this night is over.
I know Kethra is not here, but that is Kethra approved, Eldon. I know she's not there, but that's Kethra approved. Shut the fuck up.
The band's already packing up.
It's like, well, this is how we.
The violin has his eyes and then quickly goes back.
We were already paid.
I was gonna say we're glad we got paid in advance. Yep.
One of them comes over and repours your drinks, just quietly walks away.
Dude, giving me the eye like.
Shut up, dude.
It's one of those like. You done fucked up, senor. I don't know why.
Mariachi band.
Yeah, in my mind, it's a mariachi band.
Come on. It's the best we could do under such short notice. I had half an hour to throw this thing together.
We were doing dishes in the taqueria.
The string quartet was already booked. There was a wedding. Wow, Eldon, you're right. You could have said that, I guess.
I didn't because I know that he means a lot to you. In whatever way that means.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to be nice. And if I failed in that, then I am sorry. To you.
Are you sorry to him? For not being very nice?
In that instance, no. He didn't have the right to ask me, but he did. That was a moment for you and I, not him. And if he really wanted to know, he could have asked you. It didn't feel like the way Kai would ask. And he didn't, by the way. It felt more like somebody who was trying to push in.
Well, I can't say if he was or wasn't, but he and Fernelia are together now, so you don't have to worry about that anymore.
And how do you feel about that?
Fine.
Your eyes say something different.
How do you feel about it? You feel better?
Doesn't bother me either way. I've told you how I felt. I've shown you, I like to think. You've read how I felt, how I feel. I still have no idea, besides that kiss, how you feel about me. And like I said on that ship, if you don't feel anything for me in that sense, I'll stop. If I'm holding on too tight, I can let go, if that's what you want.
I do have feelings for you. A lot. But you need to be nice to Desi. Like, actually nice. And not act like he's some kind of threat to you. He's a really good person. And he really wants everyone to like him. Including you. And he hasn't done anything to you. Maybe he was a little nosy. But he, I'm sure, cares about me and was checking in, I guess.
Okay. I can do that. If I made you angry or upset, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I like to think that's obvious. But I will make a very large effort to be as nice as I can to Desi. I'll even call him that. Desi.
Thanks. You're not gonna sulk about it. You're gonna really do it.
For you?
I'm excited to see your friendship flourish.
Now you're just rubbing it in.
Maybe.
We don't have to stay here. We can go back. I think they're paid for the next hour at least.
I just keep hearing mariachi music in my head.
God damn it, Cuba.
We can stay a bit longer. It's a really nice night. Did you bring any snacks or just drinks?
He's gonna look in the basket. You said picnic, so I'm
Did
going.
my man buy me snacks?
You did say picnic, so I'm going with it.
Yeah. There's snacks.
There's little cookies and other such things.
Nice. This is nice. Thank you.
I'm glad
Sweet lotus pancakes.
There's sweet lotus pancakes.
My favorite.
Desi took all the butter packets, so we'll have that.
He does love those.
So, he'll give her a little kiss on the cheek, not awkwardly, but not that same comfort that you have obviously with somebody that you've done that a whole bunch, So, you tell me when you're ready to go back, and we'll go back.
Yeah, a little longer. I'll go back.
The string quartet. Triplet.
We're all here in mariachi.
I hate that you said that. That's all I can think of.
That's all I can hear.
I see the fringes, the fucking
I see the sombrero with the little things around the rim.
And they're eavesdropping, very not subtly the whole
Oh
time.
yeah, they
see
totally
them all looking
understand
at each
English,
other.
even though they refuse to speak it. They
They're
know
talking to each other in
every
Spanish.
goddamn word.
Talking about us. This guy.
He almost blew it.
You have the rest of the time as they begin to pack up. You get your little signal as they kind of make
All the
one of
kitchen
them.
workers
Every
in the
time
city are gonna
anyone
know.
wants Eldon, they have to do the
One of them kind of makes eye
dragon
contact with you and nods to say this is the last song. We're gonna get ready to go. And you're able to pack up your items, working through the awkward, tense conversation, but feeling, it's one you'll get past. As Eldon thinks about how he's going to have to become friends with Desi, and Iolite thinks about how Desi's in the room with Fernilli right now. But then comes back to the fact that she's holding Eldon's hand through the streets of Rilsk. And you are without your dragon, so truly just the two of you. Which maybe is something that Ayla also, for a moment, kind of flits through your mind.
Oh yeah, it's the first time it's not him and Theratrix in his head.
Yeah, Theratrix is... Maybe it's one of those kind of fleeting thoughts where you're like, huh,
Theratrix doesn't know about this conversation.
yeah, Theratrix is not here.
You legitimately in this moment have me to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We could make out and Theratrix would never know.
No, you never know.
Unless you kiss and tell.
He never.
And Kai, that night, your dreams have been what they used to be before the nameless stalker had so not nicely, commandeered them for a time where you just maybe didn't communicate to the others, but every night was you being chased. And you almost missed that feeling that you would get, because there are dreams every night, but they're typically, it's like the Raven Queen specifically, is trying to burn these memories into your mind. And as you fall asleep next to Kethra this evening, your vision dark and the void in front of you. I'm not going to say expecting to see something that you've already seen, because you're in a dream state. You don't expect anything. But this night, you do see something different. You descend into the crumbling mountain stronghold. Your boots slick with the remnants of the spawn that tried to keep you out. Their blood, thick and black like oil, clings to your blade and armor. Bloodletter hums faintly in your hand, as if feeding on your rage, guiding each brutal strike. The corridors echo with your breath and the scrape of your boots against ancient dwarven stone. The halls were once beautiful, carved by hands long dead, with frescoes and rune work that told stories of proud warriors and deep mountain wisdom. Now the murals are smeared in dried blood and shadow, and you move through them like a ghost on fire. You spent weeks hunting this place down, burned contacts, broken oaths, threatened and bribed those you once called allies. You've done things that no champion of the Raven Queen should do, and you don't care. You're this close. You hold on to hope, the way a dying man clutches breath. You know what's more likely. Loris is gone. Dead. Turned. Fed to his new family. But if that's the truth, you need to see it. You need it carved into your bones. Another shriek in the dark. Vampire spawn burst from the walls, lunging like feral animals, all teeth and instinct. You dispatch them, like you've done 100 times already, quick, clean, efficient. A blade through the heart, a slash across the throat. 2 more disintegrate under the weight of your fury. You press deeper. The air changes as you descend into the master's halls. Cooler, stiller, no filth here. The walls are cleaner, polished. Tapestries still hang undisturbed. Candles burn with steady flames in sconces that should have long since turned to rust. The deeper you go, the more beautiful it becomes. You know what that means. You are close. You push open the door at the end of the corridor. The hinges creak just slightly. The chamber beyond is darker, dirtier. A back room, less a throne room and more a forgotten cell. Rot clings to the air like mold. You step inside and immediately parry 2 lunging forms, starved vampire spawn, gaunt and wild-eyed. You take one down with a thrust and another with a boot to the chest that sends it crashing into a pillar. A third flees into the shadows. You let it run. Then you see it. In the far corner of the room, slumped and caged in shadow, something glimmers. A faint light catches on strands of silver blonde hair. Matted now, dulled, but unmistakable. Your heart lurches. Loris? The figure shifts. You step closer, slowly. Bloodletter hangs heavy at your side. He turns. And what faces you isn't the Loris that you remember. His eyes, once full of starlight and fire, are now bloodshot, sunken. His skin, once a warm, deep brown, is ashen and stretched thin. His lips curl back in an involuntary snarl, fangs just beginning to form. He trembles with hunger, confusion, pain. And then he lunges. "Loris, no!" you shout. Dodging as he swings at you with desperate, clawed hands, you parry again and again, retreating, refusing to strike. "It's me, Dagon, brother." But he doesn't hear you. Or maybe he can't. His attacks are wild, clumsy, pained, like something deep inside is fighting against him. You feel the strength draining from his limbs with every blow. You can see him burning from the inside out. Finally, he collapses against you, too weak to lift his arms. His head rests against your chest. And in that moment, you see it. Recognition. His eyes flutter open, still rimmed with red, but there's a glint of gold within. His voice, when it comes, is cracked and raw. Dagon. You clutch him, sinking to your knees. Loris, what happened to you? Why are you in here? Who did this to you? He doesn't answer at first. Then, with great effort, he rasps. She sent me. The words hit you harder than any blade. You pull back just slightly, staring into his broken, beautiful face. She knew. She knew you wouldn't survive this. Before you can say any more, you hear it. Dozens of footfalls, claws scraping stone, growls and whispers in the air like a rising tide. They're coming. Your grip tightens on Loris. Every part of you screams to stay, to fight, to burn this whole place to ash. But you know better. I will find a way, you whisper, your forehead pressed to his. I swear to every star, every shadow, I will find a way to bring you back. Loris barely nods, slipping from consciousness again. You set him gently down against the wall and rise, drawing bloodletter in full. You look down at your brother. No matter what he is now, and then back toward the rising dark. Then you turn, and you run. You vanish into the black halls of the nest, the sound of your promise still echoing in the chamber behind you, a promise made in blood and pain, bound by something far stronger than either. A promise the Raven Queen will come to regret. And when you open your eyes, it is morning. And you are in the arms of Kethra. And the sun is shining. Suns are shining through the curtains. You all have days, however long you'd like.
How pissed off does Maury get day by day?
Well, Maury did communicate like a couple of days. You know. Is there anything that you want to do? You have like a day or two that I think, it was like a day or two before your clothes get there. Euthris would, at some point meet with you all, and I won't go into a whole thing, but basically just to say, she was glad, a great thank you for the wonderful evening that you all spent with her, and that she is giving you a gift. The clothes are yours to keep, as is she's going to pay for the clothing that you all ordered from the Silken Scales.
Shit, if we knew that, we should have bought everybody clothes.
The voice comes with perks.
Yes. She seems, when she meets with you, a very, very happy, in great spirits. And Kai, you would know.
She got some points
She
last
got
night.
points from that night. Yes.
Just very subtly, Kai just gonna give a little elbow to the ribs for Eldon, and be like, "You did that."
Mm-hmm. There's a little sticker that we can put on gas pumps that says, it's going to be Eldon. Over the next day or two, shopping and whatnot, you have some meetings with, Maury and Asterim's End, they hang out with you all. You do notice that, I'll say by day 2, there's one particular instance. You notice that Maury has these episodes, we'll call them, where he's starts getting sweaty. There's one particular day. you all are in the tavern of the Frothing Keg, just kind of been laying low and hanging out with Asterim's End. They are all having drinks, and it's pretty casual, but Iolite, you and Kethra, you with your passive perception, the two of you, would have noticed that, like, over the course of the last hour or so, Maury, in this particular day, he's not looking great. Like, came in totally fine, but you notice like a more rapid like deterioration of his mood, and then how he's looking, like sweat beading, and no big deal, you've seen it. But then you also notice this particular day that Desi and Fernilli are not there with you all. So it's like late afternoon, early evening, going into dinner time. We'll say like 2 days in, and one thing that you also notice is as Maury is like he's gotten quieter and quieter as this dinner has gone on, and like he's almost retreating in on himself, and he keeps kind of like looking towards the door. You see Julep comes over and like just whispers to him, and he's like, I'm fine. But then Asterim's End starts to kind of like give him space as he is looking not great this evening.
When you say not great, is it just that he's sweating and he looks like he's in obvious pain?
Yes.
Or does it look like he's, like, sallow, like he looked, like...
No, he's not,
He took the Hot Ones challenge and isn't doing great.
yeah, it's more of the sweating and the,
okay.
like, his normal kind of... He's not quite jovial, but he's, like, a smiley guy. He's pretty calm
Well, like, he's
and
not,
casual.
like you said, deteriorating, so I'm like...
Oh, no,
He's
yeah.
not
more
getting,
of
like,
his
he's not, like, getting,
mood.
like, black or
No,
anything.
Nose isn't falling off.
Well,
No.
yeah, I imagine, like,
He doesn't have, like,
blackening, like,
veins
yeah,
or-
like...
no, nothing like that.
I don't know. I'm trying to imagine, like, what magic pain deterioration would look like.
Yeah, no, he just looks,
Overall shitty.
yeah, overall shitty. And he keeps kind of looking.
Gotta
This is
explain it. Gotta explain it in terms all understand.
This is the first time that this has happened. Like, usually Frenelli is always there.
Yeah.
She's got other obligations now.
Wow.
Yeah, Fernilli is not there.
Just indisposed.
There's a sock on the door.
She had been there earlier,
Scrunchy.
but she and Desi left at some point. So, you notice him at one point. He gets up, and as he goes to like step forward to, you don't know where he's going, he stands up, and then he just kind of like falls to the floor on his hands and knees.
I would run over to try
I was
to...
gonna say,
I
I
was
didn't know
gonna
if
say-
you were leaving it open to what
Yeah.
we would do.
I was like, I mean,
Yeah, we'd
before-
probably
yeah,
help
would
him.
say
I
Kai-
am not.
Kai was-
I was like, oh, no.
I was like, fuck him.
Oh, geez,
In my mind, Ayla has flirted her way to behind the bar, and now she is getting the bartender to teach her like mixology tricks.
God.
And getting free
always
drinks.
got a
And getting free
plot line
drinks.
going
So she's sitting there like flirting, and he's like, oh, and I put this, and it's like, and then
I mean, he doesn't pass out. He just kind of goes down to a knee, and
Yeah.
like, his hand is on the floor. So as the three of you come over and go to, like, which one of you gets there first?
I will.
Okay. And what do you do when you get to him?
I think I will just kind of like, I don't want to like be loud about it because I don't want to like embarrass him or anything, but I will kind of be close to him and be like, is there anything I can do to help you? Do you need healing? What can I do for you?
And before you even get through your sentence, he goes, "Don't touch me! I'm fine." And he kind of goes to stand up and, like, pushes you away from him.
And that's when Kethra is going to get up. She gets up and she just
Record
goes,
scratch.
and she's going to stand right in front of him and go, I don't care that you feel like shit. Put your hands on her again and I'll fuck you up. Understood?
He looks up at you, and there's like beads of sweat, and all you can see in his face in this moment when he's looking at you is like pure... I'm gonna go with, give an insight check.
Shit, I gotta pull this open. Crap.
I have my stress rock in my hand.
You stress rock?
Yep,
Probably
the
shouldn't use
scratchy
that.
stress
Here,
rock.
you find that while I roll. Thank you. He's just better at finding everything. 8. What's my insight?
+9.
8 plus 9.
Okay. There is a mixture in this look on his face of like rage and almost like an underlying, in this moment at least, as he's looking at you, like hatred or a like that look you give somebody when you're like, whatever's going on with you, you are willing to take them on. Like your threat meant nothing to him, and in fact whatever he's physically going through, his body wants to take you up on it. But he just sits there with that look in his eyes, making direct eye contact with you from the ground, and he's a halfling anyway, so he's smaller than you as a human. And he's trying to like breathe through whatever it is that he's feeling. But you can see, and whether or not you all haven't necessarily seen what Maury can or cannot do.
He vaporized a gorilla.
You don't know that.
But we don't know that.
But he looks like he's like his fist kind of clenches on the ground, and then he looks down. But it is not a look down of like subjugation. It is a look down of like I need to gain control of myself.
And she's gonna go, pocket that, pocket the rage, pocket the hatred, because I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you don't like me. I'm gonna be just fine if you don't like me. We're trying to help you. Do you want us to leave you here on the goddamn floor of the fucking tavern, or do you want us to walk away?
At this point, you see like Julep stands up, Dropple, Takeo. Who else is there? Oh, Gary.
Oh, and Gary. You can't forget Gary.
Gary is
fucking
actually
Gary.
drinking at the table. He's like takes another drink and then he stands up. Everybody like stands up. Yuri comes over and he's actually going to get in between you and or Kethra and Maury. Takeo goes over to you, Iolite, and as the others are kind of helping you because he shoved you kind of out of the way, which is shocking. He hasn't touched you like that before. And Takeo, the fox folk who barely talks, just like bends down and helps you up with everybody else. And Yuri kind of stands in between and just says, I think we need to someone go find Fernley. And
I think you need to get your man. I think you need to get your boss in fucking line.
Yuri looks at you and tilts their head and they're like, this isn't the time. It's not the time.
Did I fucking
find
ask what time it was?
Does anybody know where they went?
No, you just saw them.
I want to try to
Well,
cast locate
I meant
object.
I was gonna say I was actually asking.
Oh.
Does anybody? Do you guys know where they went?
Dropple looks around and says, I didn't even notice them leave.
I want to try to cast locate object on Desi's cloak.
Okay. What's the distance on that?
1,000 feet.
Okay. You get a ping, we'll say, a feeling, kind of pulling you, not quite the same pull as the shard, to the east, out the door, and so somewhere outside. And Yuri just like puts a hand on your shoulder, Kethra. It's like, really, not now,
And
not
Kethra
now.
looks at it and goes, do you like your fingers?
Kethra.
She goes, what did I tell you from the very beginning, Yuri? I'm not here to protect you. I'm here to protect them.
Well, if you want to protect them,
I
then
do.
please.
I have no intention of fucking up your boss unless he puts a hand on any single one of us again.
He didn't mean to.
Me and him will talk about that when he's better.
Yuri looks at Kai and then Eldon and the rest of you and is like, well, not Ayla is over at the bar and the bartender has actually stopped because they're going to be looking at what's going on
once
in
she
there.
was shoved, like
I was gonna say,
the attention would have been
is that a
drawn.
somatic? Do you have to do something to cast that spell? Like, is it something that we would notice?
You
Verbal,
likely
semantic,
would. It's a
and-
Verbal, somatic.
It's all of them.
Yeah,
It's all
you
of
would have
them.
noticed.
I mean, she wouldn't have done it like showily, but I think she's just like, oh shit, we gotta find her. Like, does it and kind of just like jogs. Like
Okay,
she's
so
like jogging to
you
try to
leave.
like
Okay.
get
If
to
she
Brinley.
leaves, if you were heading in a direction, I'd be following.
Just be cool.
I'm
Cool,
just standing
be cool, honey
between-
bunny. Be
I'm
cool.
just and if she's gonna look at Yuri and go, I'm just standing right between them to make sure that he doesn't get you or your buddies or your boss get to my friends.
Don't let Kethra kill everyone.
De-escalate.
Use politics.
Politic this. You run out, not too far, just like a couple of blocks down. You can see, Desi kind of leaning back up against a wall, and Fernilly is like kind of leaning up against him, and they're talking, but very like close and kind of lovey-dovey-ish as you turn, and like in that moment there's that like that stop of time.
Not the time. Not the time.
Eldon, you see the same as you turn.
I see that on her.
You will see her reaction first, because as you turn the corner you see her reaction, like that quick stop, and then you turn and see Desi's kind of like smiling and laughing at whatever Fernilly is saying to him.
Little cartoon hearts.
Make an insight check on your friend.
Oh, my friend.
And I'm going to say with advantage because you're reading body language of Desi, who you know very well.
That's why I haven't started. Because we demolished that box last week.
22.
Not me trying to open that from the wrong side or anything.
It's all good, dude. No judgment, I
You.
promise.
So in that quick moment of looking at Desi and Fernilly, there's like several things, like as you're running forward and your brain is processing everything that you're kind of seeing and you're watching them. Desi is the one with his back up against the wall. Fernilly is leaning into him, talking very close. They're smiling at each other. Desi's hands are down kind of like by his sides, and back hands on the wall itself as well, where her hands are kind of like up at her chest, like she's leaning against him, and they're talking. His smile is pleasant, but there's a slight guardedness to his body language. His arms are not wrapped around her. He's not intentionally not, like, he's not pushing her away or anything. That's all you kind of, like, you get as you come up, and the moment that Fernilly sees you, she, like, pulls back just a little. She's not trying to pretend that they weren't, but just, like, sees you and can see an expression on your face as Desi looks at you, too.
Something's wrong with Maury.
Immediately her face changes. What do you mean?
I don't know. He just kind of collapsed, and he's being really
She
mean.
already has started running. The moment you say that, she like runs
Being a
past
total
you.
asshole.
She starts running. Yuri cutting back to, or Desi is just like standing there, and then he starts running in following Fernilly. And he says, as he runs, he says, "Did he pass out, or?"
No, he just kind of like collapsed, and then I went to help him, and he like pushed me, and he was really angry.
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
He's just I've never. Have you seen him act like that before? Like
Ah.
rage.
Well, he like takes a deep breath and then just kind of like closes his eyes. Let's go. And you all rush back to this very tense situation. Yuri is there. Maury is just kind of on the ground, and none of the Asterim's End people are touching him right now. Even his like closest people, no one is. You're all giving him a little bit, like a foot around. Yuri just standing there, staring back at the doorway. As well, is there anything that Ayla or Kai would have done in this moment, or?
I would have gone to the side of Kethra.
Kaz is just staring at Yuri like, fucking try it. Like, if your boss tries anything, it's on. Anything.
Kai's trying to just, like, examine Maury from, you know, he's still by Kethra, but he's trying to see as much about what's going on with him as possible. Not ignoring Asterim's end, but he is focused.
You can make investigation. It's like perception, but you're kind of trying to pull together what is happening with him. So
Ayla has eyes on the little sweary one that doesn't like
Julep.
us.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna use my thing there.
And it sucked.
Yeah, that's not.
Interestingly, Julep is she's just kind of like kicked back a little bit on sitting with her feet up. She actually put her feet up on the table and just like has taken a sip and has been watching everything going on around. She does not seem bothered by what's going on. After, you know, she's not getting any closer. None of Asterim's end are getting closer to him, and she almost seems like slightly amused by the whole interaction. More specifically, she has nothing against specifically Kethra. Her issue is with Kai,
I thought
but
she was a dick to us all.
oh, she's a dick to all of you
Kethra
by
can't stand for herself.
Specifically, Kai.
by
That's just
extension.
by association.
Yeah.
And that was when Kethra was like, she's a bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
oh,
yeah.
Julep is an absolute bitch. She will tell you. She's like, yes, and
She's like, I'm a bit of a guy.
yeah, I'm like an
I'm just a
total
bit.
asshole.
Just a little bit.
But she's kind of looking and actually is almost like, I'll give you this. She has a look on her face that looking at Kethra and looking at Maury is, and as she takes a sip, is that like, I wish three things a motherfucker would. That's the kind of attitude that she has about what's going on right now.
Rolled a 19.
So you can see, it looks like Maury, as the minutes kind of tick on, it's like you're counting seconds with him as he looks like he's getting closer and closer to like passing out. The sweat is pouring off of his face. His face has become like very red. And what you also notice though, as you're looking at him, is like his own people are not touching him. Nobody's going over to help him up. And you get the impression that it's not because he'll yell at you.
There's something else going on.
Yeah, like they're like, even looking at Yuri standing between Maury and Kethra and assessing this whole situation and being a half vampire that people are afraid of, or your family had treated you like you were a bomb waiting to explode. You get more of the impression, even with the way Yuri is acting, that it is Yuri is trying
something
to
serious
protect
is going
you,
on.
and more so Kethra. Even with like, as they lift their hand off of Kethra's shoulder, it's like, this is about whatever's happening with Maury. They know to stay back, and and Yuri is trying to make sure that you stay back. The bartender is like looking over, just says like, is everything okay? Yuri's like, we're all right over here, just need some water, just kind of like trying to keep the situation. Julep looks very amused, and Gary is gone. You don't actually know where Gary is. Gary's gone.
Gary's gone.
Gary went to take a leak. You nobody
What
would
did I
notice.
miss?
Oh shit. Then Fernilli comes bursting through. She pushes past anybody who's in her way, gets down. Yuri finally steps back. It's almost like this.
Kevin's gonna step back too.
It's like
Fernilli's here.
finally being able to breathe. And Fernilli comes over, and she like presses her hands onto Maury, almost kind of like a hug, and just envelops him. And you can hear her whispering, even under the crowd, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I wasn't far. I'm so sorry. I won't do that again. And he's whispering something back to her.
This fucking bitch, motherfucker. Can't fucking making love eyes with that kid. Motherfucker.
And after like a few moments of them all like watching, and you hear a deep sigh come from Maury, and then he stands up and he's blinking, and like the sweat is still kind of pouring down, but he takes he's got a little hanky that he carries around, and he's a little hobbit hanky, and kind of like
Hobbit hanky. That
Hobbit
sounds
hanky.
so
That sounds so
dirty for
cute,
some
too.
reason.
stabbing his thing.
My mind lives in the gutter, and I was like, that was
They
cute.
like jerk off into or something.
No, like Hobbit hanky is like how you make Hobbit babies.
A hobbit
Like
hanky
hanky
cloth, yeah.
panky?
Yeah.
So it's got a little embroidery on
I
it.
have a jerk cloth in my brain.
I know, that's what I was picturing.
You're dirtier than me.
Can't have anything, can I?
Both of you.
You guys put the details into it.
It's
Searching for context.
Hobbit, they're
hanky
halflings.
Okay.
Fernilly has him standing next to her, and she says, I'm gonna take him so he can lie down. This is my fault. Sorry, everybody. I won't let it happen again.
Does when she came over and enveloped him and stuff, she's like icy. She's like an icy elf or something, right?
She gives off more kind of cold magic, but she's not just. She's like definitely got kind of druidish vibes, but could also be sorceress kind of.
When she touched him, if someone's paying attention, is there any like visible like, did she cool him down? Like, did she like cast some sort of icy touch or something on him,
Did he
or
sizzle like
breathe like ice breath into the back of his neck, or anything really subtle?
There's a combination of things. Like you get the impression definitely that she's got this like cooling breath that she was whispering into his ear, and then you don't know if it's cooling magic necessarily, but she definitely is casting something when she does this with him. When she helps him, she's healing him in some way.
Yeah, I didn't know if she was like, if he's like a nuclear reactor
No,
and like
he's
needs
not
cool
burning.
down.
Not that you can tell.
The tamale sweats the way
Oh,
is
no,
like
no.
the way I'm picturing this. So
Tamale
it's like he needs a cool down.
I will also, I'm going to give everybody a perception check.
Okay.
10. 10.
8.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my thing.
23.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot I
19.
had that.
All right. Oh, yeah, you can re-roll it.
I don't want to suck rolling. That was worse. Okay.
I was gonna say, is this the first roll of the?
Oh, there have been a
First
couple.
group roll.
Oh, yeah, maybe group roll.
That was actually
What,
worse.
21.
All right. Eldon, Iolite, Ayla. Before, actually, it would be mostly Ayla. But in this moment, just before, as you came in and Fernilly ran in and gave a hug, you felt in the room almost like that, a very faint feeling when lightning is going to strike.
Like that static.
That staticky feeling that kind of filled the space.
When you feel, Eldon's actually gonna look at Desi when that happens, because he
Which
still
happens?
has that feeling.
Okay.
Because he remembers when he got Desdir blasted him with lightning on that ship.
Yeah.
So he's still scarred up from that. So that's his first thought. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, Desi's just like kind of looking nervous. Desi, actually, Eldon, looking over at Desi as this is all going on, you see him.
I like that. That was like hopscotch. How that works.
You see him. He has like a little bit of sweat on his brow, and he is kind of almost doing breathing exercises. And has his eyes like lightly closed after Fernilly says she's gonna take Maury out. And Fernilly guides Maury out. Maury doesn't say anything, even like as this happens. It almost like he's almost like too weak to And Fernilly leads him out. And again, she's just saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. I hope everyone's okay. You're all okay. Well, I'm just going to bring him. Maybe we can leave tomorrow or the next day. Not today. All right. Okay. And then she's going to hurry off with him. And Julep just kind of like scoff, that like laugh scoff as you look over to her and she takes another sip. Gary's sitting right next to her. It's like, yikes.
They're a power couple now.
Gary says,
Julie, the
yikes.
total
And Julep
bitch.
looks over and she's like, what the fuck? Where did you fucking come from?
You still don't remember we sleep together every night?
Larry?
Barry? I don't know.
So then when that's all cleared up, Yuri looks at all of you, looks at you, Kethra. All right. Everything's fine. Let's just... Everything's fine. Yuri's gonna actually, like, leave the inn. You watch them just kind of, like, shake their head and then they step outside.
Guy's gonna walk up, like, uncomfortably close, say,
To who?
Desdeer.
Oh.
Desdeer.
And he's like... he looks over at you. That's my eye twitches again.
Could you have a word with us over there?
Yep. I can do that. I'm gonna get a drink real quick, though, first. And then he steps over to the... he'll step over to actually where Julep and Gary are, and Gary's just like, hands one of the two drinks. He's, for some reason, has two.
Raoul, we need a bottle over here.
As
Of course,
Kai
Ayla.
walks by the table, he'll just give Jubilee the quick look and then keep going.
So Desdeer with a drink goes over, and his hands are shaking, and he just takes a sip. And then sits down. Wherever you are, he just pulls a chair over and sits down.
Elliot's gonna make sure she's next to him and kind of has like a hand on his shoulder.
Oh.
So that was a close one, huh?
Maybe. I don't know. Fernilly's usually always around. It doesn't get this bad.
But it has gotten bad before.
It got bad the night of the attack.
For argument's sake, tell us what happens when it gets bad.
So, Maury's real powerful. Really powerful. He's very strong. And, Headmaster Kaigeros was, he was stronger. But Maury's very strong. And, I don't know exactly how it works, but I know that he has the ability to amplify magic around him.
Amplify, you say?
Yeah. He can make other people's magic stronger. And I watched him do it. I caught the tail end of him doing it.
That doesn't seem like what we saw tonight.
He was overheating.
You could feel it in the air, like a explosion waiting to happen.
Yeah.
And he was not in control of himself, was he, Iolite?
Didn't seem like it. Seemed like he was in a lot of pain.
Yeah. He's in a lot of pain a lot of the time. It's something that he lives with. Usually Fernilly can keep it under control, but this is what he was saying when y'all first met him, is that it's like when he was worshipping Chaos, and then he was cursed. I think, well, he was probably going to say this to you, Iolite, and I feel bad saying it in front of everybody because I don't want to put any pressure on you. But I think he's hoping that when you become strong, that you'll be able to heal him of his pain. He's gone to temples and nobody can fix it, but I mean, he told you that Headmaster Kygeros thought that maybe this was like a gift from the gods. Maybe if you have all of the shards, you'll be strong enough to make his pain go away.
I mean, I have no idea what's going to happen when I have all the shards. If I have all the shards, I mean, I would try, but I don't know that I could ever do that.
Now, what would happen, hypothetically speaking, should Fernley not make it in time?
He takes another deep breath and then another sip. It's hard to differentiate between what I saw Headmaster do and what I saw Maury do that night. But I saw people explode. And they covered the walls and the ceiling and the floor of the hall. And Maury was pushed down into the stone. I remember that. Ayla takes a sip. Like I said, I could have. I don't know. It's not. It's a lot of power, and he just kind of. It's good when it's good. I mean, we all benefit from it when, we were out in the trails with the keepers and things needed to be made stronger. That's what he's able to do, and he's got his own power. But the problem comes with Julep and her wild magic. Usually we can all tap into weave when we want. With Julep there, it's kind of, if that's who he was going to amplify. She doesn't really have control over what happens.
Can he go off into the woods and blow off some steam? If he's
I don't know. I don't know what would
cooled
happen.
down?
I don't think that's how pain works. He would just be in pain. If he gets to that point, then he's just there in pain.
So he must amplify someone.
I don't know. All I know is that we don't let him get to that point.
And how is it that you're able to calm him?
I don't calm him at all. It's all for Nilly. They have some kind of bond.
She calms you.
Yeah, she calms me. But my pain isn't physical.
Perhaps he is amplifying her to cool down or whatever it is that she's doing to him.
Could be.
Is there something that seems to set it off with him getting that bad, or is it just kind of happen?
It could be stress. Man, I know he really wants to get on the road, and he's not trying to push or anything. We've also maybe run out of money. But he's a good guy. He's just in a lot of pain, and that changes you. Makes you into a different person. Even if you know what's happening.
I guess I'm just worried if something happens to Frinelli.
Yeah.
Especially if we're going to be traveling all together into the meadows.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to make sure Fernilli is safe. Safe and sound.
Of course.
For more than just Maury. I mean, she's a very important person. She's important to everybody. She's a good sounding board. She's a good listener.
Tell us more about how great Frinelli is.
Please do.
He smiles at Iolite saying that. He knows her. Well, she's got beautiful hair and her eyes sparkle. And
Kethra goes, on that note, I'm gonna go. She's gonna go find Yuri.
you go outside to find.
She stopped at the bar first and comes with a peace offering drink.
You go. So leaving, you head outside. You see Yuri smoking something as per usual, but they head into like a darkened alley area, just kind of like disappear behind as they smoke. They're not looking at you. They didn't see you and then do it. They just were doing their own thing and then head in there.
It's one of those moments where you have to make a choice where Julie, myself, would never go down that fucking alley, but Kethra will. So yeah.
It's not like pitch black. It's like it's just a private area.
Stay out of alleys in general. That's just me.
Yeah, no,
It's just me in
absolutely.
general.
Probably a good idea.
I just
Yeah,
avoid
hell no.
alleys, but
So you head down, turn the corner, and Yuri's not there. It is a short alley. There is no place to go. Yuri is not there.
He's time jumping.
did that
Yep.
time jump shit again. So she's gonna slam one and then walk back while drinking the other one.
Okay. You turn around, and Yuri is right there behind you.
Fuck!
Still smoking the thing, and goes, fuck!
It's not full size. It's like it's a roach now.
She's gonna reach up, grab that, and give him the drink. Go, fuck! Where did you come from? You just materialized from fucking nowhere again, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I just came down this alley and you weren't here.
They turn around, look back. I just... No, take a sip.
Because I'm not that drunk.
Me either. I'm not that high.
I saw you come down this alley.
I believe you.
You weren't here, and now you are. I know I'm not that drunk.
Yeah, I believe that too.
Okay.
I'm here now.
That's good. But anyway, that's not the point. You okay?
You okay?
Oh, I'm fine.
Are we okay?
You removed your hands from your shoulder, so you're fine. From my shoulder, you're fine. Yes.
I wouldn't normally touch you without permission. I just needed to do
Sorry.
a little
That's
nervous
an angry
part.
bunny cake.
Honestly, had like that,
It's
like
growling.
that first cough when a cat's about to puke. That's the sound it had. Am I wrong?
No,
Okay.
that's exactly what I
Nick's in your backpack, and yours like,
There's a lot of stress going on.
you know, I wouldn't touch anybody, but it was for your own protection. I promise. You don't. Maury's great, but you know, when things get hairy, we just gotta all be on the same side.
Did you ever hear that everything that comes after the word "but" is horseshit?
I'll rephrase. Maury's great, and
Okay. Better.
we all gotta be on the same side. So I'm just takes
I am.
another sip.
I have nothing against him,
Just protecting you and everybody in that bar.
and all I was doing was protecting Iolite.
I can appreciate that, but he didn't hear a word you said, so
Oh, it's too bad.
yeah.
Kind of wished he did. I have nothing against him, but he was a total dick, and he deserved everything I said.
He was, yeah. But and
Because
You
she
can-
did this is actually.
you can just write it off because he didn't hear you. He was in his own space. And I just needed to make sure that he stayed there until Fernilly, and she knows better. At this point, she knows better.
No better than to what?
Than to be too far away. We don't have time for this. We're on the last leg of this.
What exactly does she do?
I couldn't tell you exactly what she does. All I know is that she fixes things.
So if Fernilly gets too far from us, or anything happens to her, we're all basically fucked waiting for the Mori bomb to go off?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really making me want me to go into the fucking meadows with you guys now.
I mean, what choice do you have, really?
I understand he's powerful, but if he does anything to hurt anyone, any one of us, I will die making sure that they don't.
Your friends are lucky to have you.
I guess.
Keep throwing a bunny cookie.
That one doesn't make noises.
Are you sure? That's not as bad.
Not as bad, no.
So what are you doing to this guy?
I don't know. Try it.
I don't know. You were doing it. You were doing it. That sounds so gross.
It does. There you
I'm
go.
not gonna say it.
I was gonna say, like,
I know. Yep.
Okay, I will. Very queefish.
I was just gonna say it's a natural part of things. Sometimes, you know, when it happens, it
I think
happens.
that's how you know you're in a
There's-
good relationship, when it
there's-
happens and people laugh and
There's
keep going.
nothing
Yeah.
for anyone to be ashamed of.
Nice.
Yeah. We'll be fine. Just make sure that, Fernilly's good. We all make sure Fernilly's good. And she's really powerful, too. She'll be fine. Just... Maury's been through a lot. And we're all hoping that at the end of this journey, he'll be able to move past this.
That would be good.
Yeah. But you don't want to see what happens when he doesn't get his... I've seen it, and it's awe-inspiring, but it definitely is... Like I said, Fernilly shouldn't have gone far. Not when we're in town, not when we're in a city, not when we're in a tavern. Whatever she was off doing could have waited. I'll chat with her.
Poor Fernilly. She can't go anywhere. She can't go too far from Maury without him possibly going kaboom.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't seem to mind.
She's better than me. That'd piss me right off.
I can see it. Luckily, well, I don't know too much about vampires, they whisper.
Neither the hell do I.
But it does strike me as a little risky to be traveling. That's its own kind of ticking time bomb.
Maybe because I'm Devennian, I don't care.
No, there's no vampires in Devenia.
To be
Of course
fair,
there isn't.
to be fair, he's only half vampire.
Sorry, I don't know anything about vampires. I only know Dampiers. Sorry. I know one well, but that's about it.
I'll have to hear some stories. Not right now. I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, me neither.
I won't touch you again unless it's really important that I do so. Just know that, that's not him. He's not there when he's in that level of pain. And it won't happen again because I'm going to go talk to Fernilly today and make sure that she remembers what she's here to do.
Okay. Make sure Maury apologizes to Iolite.
I'm sure he will. He's a stand-up guy. If she'll tell him what happened, he'll be
Well,
appalled.
How many respect points he gets from me depends on if he does that or not.
I don't think you got to worry about that. You can finish that if you want.
Because you got anything else?
Not in this timeline.
Gotta go.
That's a joke. I don't have anything else. This is the last of it.
Gotta go. Yeah, give it to me. So, you heading back?
Hopefully,
She goes,
I'm gonna start walking that way.
safe travels.
Let me know if I disappear.
I'll do my best.
Gonna turn and leave you in the alley.
She's gonna be like, oh, first time I'm alone. Meow. Fuck. He's just gonna climb up her leg like a normal cat would. Ow!
And in your ear, you're never alone. Anything special that folks are doing before you head into the meadows? Because I'm getting you into the meadows. That's happening.
The only thing, when we're still at the table, Eldon will bring up. So Mori amplifies powers. We've seen that before
Yes.
in that city.
Wait, when did we see this?
The underground city.
When
Oh, I thought you meant we saw Mori amplify someone's powers. I was gonna say, I don't think we saw that.
We saw something that did the same.
Okay.
You talking about me?
This is all. She pulls out a cigarette and a little Cruella de Vil stick thing, and she holds it up like this, and the bartender lights it. Like he walks by and lights it. This is a. I never liked this. I never liked the idea of these people, and this is not good. Not good. I don't know where this came from. Someone gave it
You
to me
pulled it
last
out of your
night.
tits. You
Oh
might
yes,
know,
I know.
yeah.
It's just someone
Pulled
else
it out
gave
of
it to
your
me
tits
last
if
night.
you need to
They
know.
call it a cigarette, and they're quite good.
I just find it
You
odd
got
that
another one in there?
They gave me 6 of them.
Thank you.
All the little
It's like, it's not even sweaty. Nice.
I only have 1 stick though.
That's all right. I
Ayla
can raw
doesn't
dog it. It's
sweat.
all good.
I find it odd that in the past few months, we've seen 2 instances of some sort of power amplification.
You find it odd that the same person who's looking for the shards and was looking for someone connected to the shards has similar abilities?
And Mori said he was cursed by Chaos. I don't remember exactly what he said about that. Did he go into detail?
No, he never fully explained it.
How do we know that he does not already have one of these shards in him?
That's exactly where I'm going.
That's the voice.
Desi is looking at all of you, like, hands still shaking as he's moving past whatever trauma he was reliving. What are you talking about?
Short story, we found an ancient city that had an artifact that was able to amplify power when we were in great danger. Iolite died because of it, saving our lives.
Right.
She's okay now.
No, I know. We talked about this.
But she was able to amplify all of our power.
The same way that you describe Mori being able to.
Have you been the recipient of this amplification?
Yeah, when needed. I mean, I'm not the recipient. I'm,
How does it feel?
Feels like I'm connected to him in a way. Like the weave is strengthened by him.
And that's how we felt when Iolite was powering us through the thingy, right?
Yeah. I
we
mean,
felt a boost and like a connection, greater connection to the weave. Like I think you said, like more clearer than ever.
yeah.
But we didn't feel connected to her or each other. Did we feel a connection?
You were
between
in a
everybody?
very weird state. So like you all were like almost, you were in like a whole other dimension with what happened, and it happened pretty quickly, and you were in a like, Oblexes were attacking you, so You felt a connection to. You felt a connection to the weave, clear connection. Your powers were amplified. Maybe it was her, but also that crystal was.
I was just trying to see if
Yeah.
his description
Could be.
matched what we felt.
Yeah, it could.
Because when
it
I took
could
it,
be.
it was almost
absolutely.
like the crystal was a focusing lens, and then Iolite was like the conduit between everything.
Yeah, it could have been.
Well, and I like talked to Maury and asked about like practicing channeling my power, and he said to ask for Nilly to help. So, Iolite is sorry. I'm like talking, but also thinking. So Ayla is going to ask Desi, is this something that like Fernilly can do too? At all?
No, at least not that I'm aware of. She just is probably the strongest of all of us. And
Maury said she could help me with practicing channeling my.
she's got really versatile, like, but not too dangerous kind of magic. Like, she can control weather stuff, so she could help you in a way that you can visualize, is what I picture. Like, you can see if you make a cloud bigger or something.
Okay.
He hasn't gone into any detail with me, or as far as I know, really anybody. Maybe for Nilly, in terms of his curse.
You have spent the most time with him as someone that I would trust. Do you feel we are in any danger going forward on this endeavor?
Well, with him?
Yes.
I mean, I guess I don't understand the question. We're going into the Meadows.
But you trust him and this quest is... Will you believe what he says about giving Iolite this power?
Maury saved Iolite's life.
Do you still trust him with it?
Yeah. I haven't seen any reason to not. He put everything on the line. He lost so many people. I don't know if that has been properly communicated to all of you, but Zix was hard. He lost that night. This isn't even half of who he had following him. They were turned to... Headmaster Kaigeros was very strong. When the assembly was attacked, it wasn't even meant to be an attack. But when he turned that corner and he just... They exploded. Like nothing. I think the only thing that saved Maury in that moment was the fact that he was surrounded and he was amplifying their powers. I don't know. I was in shock. But he lost a lot of people to save Iolite's life. He lost them and then he couldn't say goodbye. They were gone. And yeah, I had my part in that. And actions that I took led to more people dying. But as far as I can tell, he wants this to be over. He went from being a priest to a... whatever this is.
All right. Well,
When he's feeling himself again, I think we'd all like to speak with him.
Hey, that's not up to me. I'm just here.
No, but you can let him know.
I'm sure he's going to want to talk to you all anyway. This doesn't usually happen.
Either way, it's best that we have everything out in the open.
Yeah, I agree.
And can be with all of Asterim's, and if it makes things go smoother with everyone. As we know, a few of them are not too keen on teaming up. I was going to say us, but me.
Yeah. It's mostly Julep. I mean, truly, I would say, you don't really, it's just her. Everybody else understands. And it's not that she just doesn't understand. She's just Julep, you know? If you knew her, you'd know. She's part of the group. I think she was always this way, don't get me wrong. At least from what I'm gathering. But she was there that night too. And I think that she saw some stuff and maybe got worse.
Is she the only one that's here now that was also there that night besides you?
No.
Who else?
Fernilli was there. Yuri. Zix was there. The others might have been outside. And I think Dropple came later.
What about Gary?
What? Oh. I don't even know.
He's so forgettable.
Gary was waiting in the car.
Oh, Gary was standing right next to him the whole time.
Gary's the reason they got out of jail. They forgot about Gary, and he just walks up and opens up the gate. Yes.
I'm just looking at this as we're going to be going into the middle of nowhere. And it's just best if we all know how to help him and each other.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'd sleep better knowing for sure that someone wasn't looking to slit my throat in my sleep.
I wish I could say that you will walk away not feeling that, but we all pretty much kind of feel like that. She's just a bitch.
Yeah,
She loves us. If she did that, she'd feel real bad about it the next day.
So she'd feel real bad while standing over our grave. She'd feel really bad about it.
She might shed a tear.
I'm sure she would.
She's such a bitch.
Hey.
And I'm a pretty big bitch myself. And I'm telling her she's a bitch. That says a lot.
But she comes through when she needs to. She keeps us flexible. The yoga.
I figure yoga would calm her down a little bit.
I think it does.
Angry
I
yoga.
think it does.
An angry yogi. Like I
Sets her
know.
calmed down by yoga.
I'm pretty sure she is.
Imagine how she would be without it.
She does hot yoga.
I think she needs to do it a little bit more then.
Maybe your friend Yuri can give her some of that odd smelling cigarette that you guys seem to get real smiley after smoking.
It's fun, yes.
His regular
try
ones
some.
seem to be okay.
You should try some.
I'm gonna go check on Fernilli.
All right.
I do want to say before I go, I'm the reason why Headmaster Kaigeros is dead. It was me. I didn't kill him. But he stands up. The night that it happened, I let them in. It all went wrong. The headmaster captured Maury, put him in a cell, along with a few others. He didn't know that I had let them in. He didn't know I had anything to do with it. And so he put me in charge of the cells while they waited for word from the capital. I chatted with Maury. I talked to him. And I'm not going to say, oh, he convinced me to let him out. I had already decided to let him in. So I let him out. And while the headmaster was caught off guard, Maury finished the job. Took all the stuff. We left. It took a couple of days. That's why I wasn't able to come to you. It didn't go right. And I felt really bad about it. But I couldn't let it be half done. Because with the headmaster alive and you out there, he would have gotten you back, and then that would have been it. So Maury had to be let out. He had to. But it's because of me. I saw it all go down. I just want you to know that. And he gets up and pats you on the shoulder, and then heads out. The rest of this night is quiet. The next day, you are all able to, or a day later, whenever you decide. The next time you speak with Maury, he brings together all of Asterim's End so that you can sit around, whether it's inside or outside somewhere public, just where people won't be listening in, even if you're, alone in a crowd kind of thing. As everybody is gathered in this space, he first looks very put together today. There's no sweat on the brow. He does have like a furrowed, concerned look on his face as he addresses everybody. And he says, I do want to first acknowledge my inappropriate behavior the other day. I apologize for pushing you. I was not myself, Iolite. When I am in that state, I simply cannot control myself in that. The level of pain is intense, and I am sorry for that. I hope you will forgive me. And Fernilly jumps in. I also apologize for not being near my station where I should have been, and that will not happen again. We are on a job, and it is my duty to be available when such a situation arises for anyone. And I was not. And that will also not be happening again. You can all rest assured.
What?
Picture a big frown on Desi.
I was gonna say,
Now, Desi actually just kind of, he's standing next to Iolite, and he's just like the closed mouth smile frown.
Oh, I only ask this because things happen and we're about to go on a long trip. If Fernilly is otherwise occupied, is there anything anyone can do?
Maury takes a deep breath. He looks up at Fernilly. She looks down at him and kind of puts her hand on his shoulder, and he looks at the rest of you. Run. We will be heading out into the meadows. That was comforting.
Ayla already took 2 steps back. That run, and then Anne will be going an abrupt change. She's over here. She's a runner on first, totally leading the bases.
We will be heading out into the meadows as soon as you are ready. I have it on good authority where we need to go. I've marked it on my map. It is a general location, and I do not know where we will find the shards, but it's my understanding that it is deep underground. We will have to be very cooperative with each other. We are a team. He looks at Ayla and then to Julep, who Ayla had side-eyed. We are all a team. And Julep just like crosses her arms. And they stare at each other for a moment. And then she looks down. Are there any questions that you all have before we depart, hopefully tomorrow? Yes, Ayla.
Should we find the shard and say someone else has claimed possession of it, do we have a plan for that?
We, all of us, he looks to the 5 of you. We'll say you're outside, and Theratrix is off to the side with 2 Adar very close by, kind of monitoring. He looks to you, Ayla, with a smile. He's got a very handsome smile, and there's that little glint of sunlight off of the gold that's in his hair as he looks to you after this question and says, Ayla, we take it from them.
Okay.
Making us thieves.
I have a question.
Yes, Ayla, please.
Maybe this might be getting a little ahead of ourselves, but so Kethra has this ability to have premonitions sometimes, and well, I have 2 shards, and you have 2 shards, and deep underground in the meadow there's 1 shard. But I believe there are 6
6.
shards.
And you believe this because...
What Kethra told me a couple times.
Kethra told you that there are 6 shards.
I don't know if it's actually her when she is speaking in that state.
But it's kind of her thing.
And it has been pretty accurate.
Scarily accurate.
Well, I can confirm that you are correct based off of the notes from Headmaster Kaigeros. There are, they believed, 6 shards.
Do you know anything about the 6th one?
Well, we can talk about that. I believe it's in the notes.
Okay.
I just don't want to get too ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
I'll put it to you this way. The 6th one may be more difficult to obtain. And I don't want us to become disheartened before when there's one that we almost certainly can find.
So somewhere worse than deep underground in the meadows.
I don't know about worse. Just less straightforward.
Is this a shot that we're going to have to take from someone?
I hope not.
I thought you were gonna. Ayla lights another one.
She's like got several, like in a cartoon where they're like smoking a bunch of cigarettes at once.
I know we are a young team. I mean that in age as well as our time together. But I have the utmost faith in our ability. The strength between all of us is immense. we are headed into a very scary place. But I truly believe we will be fine, as long as we all work together. Ensure the safety of each of us. And lift each other up as we need to.
And you still don't think that you should give me the other 2 shards before we go?
I think that on our travels, as we become stronger allies, giving you that power will make more sense. But as we get to know each other, I need certain assurances that our journey will find its end, and that I will be there when it happens, and my story can change. It is... Desi told me that he very forthrightly said to you that I hope that perhaps with the location of these shards, I will be given an opportunity to no longer live in this chronic condition that I have. Desi. And Desi just kind of like looks down. Maybe he spoke for me, but he is not wrong. And while I would love to believe that you are a wonderful person, and I'm sure that you are, who would do things altruistically, again, I need, if you can imagine, some assurance that you will not simply leave me behind. You have a map. You could kill me in the night and run off with it. And then, where would that leave me?
Dead.
I don't want Kethra to be the one to go, dead? Like,
And this is why you're all traveling together. You're woven fates. It's your one brain sharing one brain.
Whoa, yeah, the woven brain cell.
Speaking practically,
One brain cell shared between us all.
practicality speaking, what can we expect in the meadows? You said you had contacts up there. What should we be prepared? What should we be prepared for? Each words, equipment and gear wise. Is there anything that we should?
Well, any food that you can bring. Stock up on your arrows. You, I believe, have climbing gear, your tents. Just, I don't know what we'll come across, but the ability to fly, as I understand most of you can do at this point in your practice of the weave, or theatrics. There are...
You rang?
There are monsters out there that will swallow us whole. There are harpies and sirens and worms burrow underground, larger than the
Your
ones on
favorite.
this side of the mountain range. We will have to be vigilant and utilize the powers that the weave has given us to survive.
I'll be honest, I feel much better knowing now that your goal was not altruistic to get the shards. Makes it much easier to trust someone.
Yes, I admit my goal is selfish in nature.
Most of our goals in life are selfish. But doesn't mean you can't help other people along the way.
I agree, wholeheartedly. So, differences aside, and traumas that we are bonding over, we can head out when you are ready. And I am ready when you are.
Let's go to the meadows.
Desi's like, yeah.
Hey, 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 dun, dun.
Like as we're getting ready to go, Kai will just like shake his arm and summon the wing shield forearm and bloodletter shadow to his side now that they're riding and leaving the city. Be prepared again.